All right. Good morning, folks. It's Friday morning, and it is a rainy mess outside. It is. It really is. It's going from heavy rain to moderate rain. I haven't seen any light rain yet. I'm hoping we get light rain when I'm down making my delivery. All right, fine. Let's go to here. Let's get this working. Boom, boom. Okay. Mic's on. Sound, music, video. All right. So we're not going to have a very clear picture today. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle to see clearly through the windshield, but we got to do what we got to do. Got my coffee. I got 2 deliveries to make. They're both in the van, which was tricky. Loading the van with trays of donuts when it's in the rain is not easy. Okay, I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's a challenge. But you know what? We're up for it. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get out there. Let's what do? We pursue happiness. That's what we're doing right now. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Let's get the music going. Oh yeah, there we go. Hear that rain? It is pouring. I actually saw lightning on my way up to the bakery, so I think it's almost like a thunderstorm, but it's not, you know? My day, though, is actually off to an excellent start. I hope everybody else's is. I mean, I'm not letting this rain get to me. I had, oh yeah, it is pouring. I wonder how this is going to sound. I know that if I didn't have this microphone on my shirt, you probably wouldn't hear a word it said. So hopefully it's helping. The windshield wipers make a decent amount of noise. We got a lot going on this morning. But I woke up. Today was a really weird day. I woke up and I was like, oh, I wonder what time it is. You know, because you never know whether I have like 5 more minutes before the alarm goes off or an hour. Today I woke up at the moment, like seconds before my alarm went off. So that was coming. So the timing was good. Felt good about that. My little devotional thing that I read every morning was very on point for the day. I like that. So here we are. Out in the elements. It is 37 degrees, so this is not freezing. That's good. It feels cold though, you know, like 37 was starting to feel pretty good. But when it's raining, it makes it feel a little bit colder. Probably because you're wet. Nobody behind me today. So. Friday mornings, the traffic is always lighter. I think a lot of people that have the ability to work from home do that on Fridays. These windshield wipers make a lot of noise. That's one thing I noticed about John's car. The windshield wipers don't make any noise. I'm very jealous. believe I've ever really been jealous of windshield wipers before, but I am now. I know, I shouldn't be jealous. Find the little hole. This coffee cup. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find the exit hole for the top of the coffee cup. Got it. We're all good now. I think it's going to be a little rough weather between now and the end of February. That's okay. I looked at the forecast, like the 10-day forecast, and it's going to be up and down, never down to like 10 degrees again. I don't think that's going to happen again. But we're going to have this kind of rain, a little bit of snow. I think next Monday, maybe? Sunday or Monday, we're supposed to get a couple inches of snow. It's going to get cooler over the weekend. I think it's Monday, actually. But, when you're this far into February, the end is in sight, It's easier to tolerate. We do have a line of traffic. All of a sudden, now we got a big line of traffic back there. Noticed this morning the gas prices are going back up a little bit. This place up here on the left, I think it was $2.79 yesterday, or within the last couple of days. Now it's $2.99. Of course, you had no chance of reading that with the windshield the way it is. See, this is the kind of day that it would be better if I had the camera back. Maybe like from a perspective almost behind me looking up, you know what I mean? So the window isn't quite so close. Tilt it a little bit. Ready to go. That's the name of this song, is Ready to Go. Feels like it's letting up a little bit. I really hope it's just, it's very difficult to unload the donuts, Danish, and all of that if it's pouring down rain. I mean, you can't really do it if it's pouring down raining. You can't do it. You got to wait for it to let up a little bit.
Listener 207 says, yep, nobody wants a soggy donut.
Exactly. And you know, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine if just one raindrop hits the top of a powdered sugar donut, you got a spot. You don't want spotty. You don't want spotty donuts, right? I mean, all you need is one drop of water to hit the top of powdered sugar, and it's no longer powdered sugar anymore. It's a gloppy mess. One time I was delivering to Lenny's, and during the summer, not the summer, during the fall, there's a guy that buys donuts from us, and he meets me at Lenny's because he lives down in that area. And I think he does like a food truck. So basically just wants to have some donuts available. So he gets boxes of donuts. But there was a morning when it was okay. It was one of those days, well, almost like this, where it was, but not quite as cold. But it's getting a little better, I think. But so I pull in the parking lot, and his car is there, and he drives like a black Tesla, and it was, as I pulled into the parking lot at Lenny's, it started to like pour. I mean, it was just a downpour. Huge drops. It was crazy. And I'm like, is he going to get out of the car and want me to give him? Because his donuts were in boxes. So technically it was, oh, look, it is letting up a little bit. You know, we could do it if he wanted to. And I'm like, oh, is he going to make me get out of the van in this pouring there? And he, you know, so he did. He got out of his car, and I'm like, oh, yeah. So I ran to the back of the van, grabbed the boxes, gave him his donuts. And then I got back in the van, and before I was going to start thinking, you know, I guess I'll just wait a few minutes and see if this lets up. The minute I got back in the van, the rain let up, like almost completely stopped. And I was just thinking, he had to be sitting in his Tesla soaking wet thinking, you know, if I just waited 2 minutes, I would have been dry. But you never know. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he does the spring too. I think he takes the food truck and like he'll sell sandwiches, and snacks, and stuff at like high school or recreational games and stuff. You know, like so he'll go to like a field where they're doing, you know, where maybe a high school or rec council or something's doing having an event, having games or something, and he'll sell. So I don't know whether he's going to do that in the spring or not, but we'll find out. I always feel like I'm doing like an undercover drug deal because I pull in my van, pop out with a box, and just exchange it for cash in the parking lot. It's very. I feel like I'm living on the edge. The donut handoff. All the traffic is coming together this morning. The traffic coming in from the right-hand side there, they're coming from, most of them at least, are coming from Westminster. So if you're familiar with my route, you know the town that we ride through, where sometimes I'm stopped at an intersection with Bojangles in front of us. There's a Target. There's the Wise supermarket. Sort of one of the bigger intersections that we drive through. That's Westminster. So a lot of those cars are coming from that part of town. It's like a big circle. This guy desperately wants to get ahead of me. And I'm not feeling like I want it to happen. He's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. Maybe he's going to get off. Whoa. I just noticed that the guy that we're driving behind me right here in this lane, I just noticed he's very close to the car ahead of him. Normally, I try to give them a little more room. They have to react faster. Part of me doesn't want to let that car on the right-hand lane. It's going to come over here. I knew it. This is the experience the plight of someone who does not tailgate. Come on. Got pretty good at predicting these things. And I have to admit, if I was in a car, now he's going to try to ride up and do it again, like 2 cars ahead. He's got to be like 2 or 3 cars further up than everybody else. But I will admit, if I wasn't in a van full of donuts right now, I probably would have been riding that car a little bit closer to try and how do I want to say that? It sound nice. Try to discourage his urge to merge in front of me. All right, here's another prediction. Depending on how much traffic is coming in from the right, that car in the right-hand lane is going to merge over to the right lane to try to pass a bunch of people. Here he goes. Here he goes. Watch. Yep. A lot of movement up here, a lot of movement. The guy in the right-hand lane, you can't see him anymore. The guy in the right-hand lane is from Georgia. Just FYI. I like that. Kind of stupid. I do pay attention to stuff like that. I stay over here on this highway because sometimes the traffic in the right lanes, the ones that are exiting to the right down here, that traffic can get backed up. And so you have people that kind of ride this middle lane until the very last second, and then they try to merge over. It's not backed up today, but sometimes that traffic, well, not at this time of the day, actually. but sometimes it's sitting still when we go by here, or it was when I used to commute. Then you'd have the crazy people that would come out. They'd be sitting in that traffic all backed up. You'd be coming down this lane and they'd like pull out and try and go around, you know, whatever, 10 cars or whatever they're going to get. Whatever kind of advanced position they can get. It's fun. It is hard to imagine what it's going to be like, whatever, 5-10 years from now, maybe not even that long, when, you know, some percentage of the cars out here don't even have people driving them. It's hard to imagine that. All right, so it's not raining that bad right now. This is good. This is good. Ooh, we got a green light. Can we do it? Can we do it? Nah. This is a long light too, but I don't know. See, this rain isn't too bad. Camera's tilted. Leave the windshield wipers on. They make a horrendous noise. Do you hear that? I gotta listen to this when I get home today. See how loud the windshield wipers are. It's all part of God's plan. When I get to Lenny's, it's going to be okay to deliver. How it's going to work. At What a Day, the rack that they use when I roll that out, I don't know if you've noticed, but it has plastic cover over it. So that's not so bad. Lenny's does not have that. To the wet streets of Maryland. See, this is good. This is good. Let's make this happen before the rain comes back. Almost up on the sidewalk. There we go. I think I actually am on the sidewalk. But reduces my distance. Okay. Make sure wipers are off. Yeah. All right, I'm going to turn you around so you can see what's going on. Let's make this happen. See, look, this is a miracle. It's just misty right now. Let's try this window. See anybody in the deli? That's not good. Come Here we go. It's coming. Good morning. How are you? I'm good. Hey, do you know if there's another check in there? The reason I'm asking is because I think the last one we got only had like a couple invoices on it.
I gave it to Bob.
Yeah, he
That was the only one
he gave me copies of some invoices.
I just came in last night and wrote how much I put out.
Okay. I've got copies of the missing ones, so if they're not in there,
Just gotta put it on their desk.
I'll leave them. Bang. They're all bang. No? Okay. All right, I'll bring in the
Come with the bakery.
bring in the copies. Okay, thank you. Thanks for looking. All right. Let's see what's going on. All right. So here's the plan. We leave the rack at the top of the steps. We just got to be quick about this. All right, here we go. Shielding the pastries with my body. Two to go. Two to go. We didn't have any powdered sugar on these, so that's good. Okay. Boom. That's done. Grab my gun. All right. Let it rain. Can't bother us. Oh, wow. We only got a couple trees. Okay, it's pretty much pouring again. Let's throw these in quick. Da-da-da-da. You know what? I need to get today too. All right. Yeah, see, rain started again. But we're done. All right. On to our second place. I can park real close to that door. I'm not too worried about that place, so this is good. Off to what a day. What a day. That's what I could say. What a day. Yeah, we're pouring again. Lots of people at the gym. It's a good thing. I'm telling you. Sticking with it. Whoops. My light's on. Why didn't somebody tell me? I didn't know my light's on. This would have been a lot of snow if it was cold enough.
Q7L says good morning y'all. Raining here too. Glad it isn't snowing.
Exactly. I was just thinking that a second ago. Good morning. Wow. You know, I almost hydroplaned in this van one time. There's a section when we get closer. Oh, look, I didn't. That's bad. There's a section of one of the roads when we get closer to the bay that has standing water on the right-hand side. I was unaware of this the first time. So I was driving along, you know, I think it had actually stopped raining mostly, but it was still coming down a little bit. But I got to this section where it had, you know, there was enough water there that I don't know how deep it was, but there was a lot of water there. And I definitely started to hydroplane, which for anybody who's never experienced that, it's sort of like, it's similar to ice. It's like you're on ice, basically, because your wheels aren't touching anything. Yeah, yesterday was rainy too. I think that we're going through a spell the next week or so where it's kind of rainy. I think one day will be snow, a couple inches. I think the prediction is for 3. It was 2, but this morning I think it was up to 3 inches. What day? It's either Monday or Tuesday.
Q7L says that's a real surprise. We have a spot like that close to our house. It has caused several to leave the road.
Yeah. I mean, I was close to leaving the road. It was. And it's good when you know, like this was, I guess, probably the first time I had that section in a heavy rain. But I know there's some spots, closer to where I'm familiar with it, but I wasn't expecting it. It's scary. It's just like ice, man. There's nothing you can do. Once you're in there, you just got to wait till you. I guess you got to wait till you slow down enough to reconnect with the road, or you get to the section where the water's dispersed.
Q7L says most drivers don't pay attention to places like this on their daily driving.
True. Very true. Yeah, John said something yesterday. I think I was watching it on TV at the time, so I couldn't respond in chat. But um, he said something about, do you realize how much you really like driving is really trusting people a lot, right? And I have thought. He's like, do you ever think about that? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Like when you're driving on a highway and you've got, especially a 2-lane highway, 1 lane each direction, and you realize how much, I mean, you're driving along, it seems like a perfectly normal thing, but you're trusting everybody else to stay in their lane, do what they're supposed to do. I mean, it is a lot of trust. And sometimes, the funny thing is, sometimes I think about it when I'm driving, but sometimes I think about it like if I'm at, I don't know, out in a grocery store or something, and you see some wacko person that's like acting all ridiculous, or they're just, you know, for whatever reason, either they're all hostile or they're just crazy or whatever. And then you think about the fact that they're probably going out, you know, they're going to check out of the store, and then they're going to get in a car. And that could be the person that you're next to on the road sometimes. It's kind of, I think you could drive yourself crazy if you thought about that too much. Well, no, you probably never leave your house if you thought about it too much.
Q7L says, I'm glad you are driving and not me. I don't do well with headlights. Amazing how we don't look at oncoming traffic.
Yeah. Well, oncoming. Let's get. Oncoming headlights. Yeah, I did want to get in front of that guy. They can make. There are times when the oncoming headlights sort of block out wherever you're going. You're going a little bit on faith sometimes. This is my wooded area where I suspect we get a couple little breaks.
Q7L says, most of the time I look at the white lines. New headlights are so bright.
Oh yeah, the white, that's true. Yeah, it's especially bad if you're on a road you're not familiar with. Or snow.
Q7 says, yeah.
Look, all that snow's gone. There was so much snow there that you couldn't even go to the left right there. button up again. Good. Whoa. Those trash cans. You see those trash cans on the road? They were like in the road. And they're like a dark blue color. I predict that they will make it. They're not going to make it. Those trash cans are going to be knocked down the road a bit. It's lit up. Now, if we can just stay like this until we make the what-a-day delivery, that would be good. Anything type of rain now, right here. Well, you know, I saw something. I think it was a YouTube clip, but I think
Q7L says, so you have rained on your windshield.
Do I have what on my windshield? Is that like a Rain-X type of thing? I don't think. I'm thinking about doing that in my car though. I'm not thinking about it. I am going to do it. Yeah, like that Rain-X. That is really good stuff. Rain-X.
Q7L says yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've used that on my. I don't think they put it on this. They can, but I do use that on my car sometimes. It's pretty amazing stuff. The water just rolls right. I mean, you don't even have to use the windshield wiper sometimes. But I saw a video, and I think it was a recent event. I don't think it was like an old video of some truck that must have swerved, or so I don't know what happened. Somewhere on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. So this is the one. This isn't the bridge in Maryland that goes across the bay. This is the one down. I think it ends up in Maryland, but this is the one closer to Norfolk.
Q7L says the rain just speeds up and goes off.
Yeah, it rolls right up the window. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty neat looking. I gotta look that up about the truck, because I didn't watch the video, but I saw it and I read like the title or the description or something. It sounded like a truck. I don't think the driver of the truck made it. they went off that bridge tunnel, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. See that Crown Station, the gas big price says $2.53. So you'd think if you pull in there, you're going to pay for $2.53, but it's really $2.83. Because if you get a car wash, you get 30 cents off a gallon. Now that's a pretty good deal. I think the place where I sometimes get my car washed, it's only like 10 cents off the price. But, so 30 cents is a good deal. But I don't like the fact that they advertise their big price, assuming, you know, that the one with the car wash. Let's stop that for a second. I don't like the fact that they advertise, you know, the big bold price is the one with the car wash included. I don't like that. I think that's misleading.
Q7L says some down here do the same, but it's only if you use their card.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I just think it's, I don't know. The fact that, I mean, they show the other price, so it's there. But, you know, you look at the sign right away and you're like, oh, gas, it's only $2.53. But how, you know, like nobody's going to pull in there and get a car wash today. Like nobody is using that price today. You can buy it. I think when you buy it, if you buy it with the car wash, you get a code that you can usually use for a period of time. So I guess, I don't know though. I think it's intentionally misleading.
Q7L says I think it's false advertising.
Yeah, I do too.
C says good morning everyone. I see Craig is getting some of the rain as well. Looks like we may get some snow on Sunday.
Hey, Mookie, good morning. Yeah, I think we're at the same. It was raining pretty heavy earlier. I'm hoping that it's kind of off and on. I'm hoping that it's off when I get up here to What a Day. But I think we're also supposed to get the snow. I wasn't sure whether it was Sunday, Monday, or I know it's in the next couple of days. I'm supposed to get a couple inches. I guess it probably is Sunday. I didn't remember. All right, folks, come on over. There you
Please
go.
Double Hazy says if it doesn't stop raining, it will be wet a day.
What a day. Yeah, it will. Well, it let up. It was pouring down raining coming down 795. And it did let up a decent amount when I pulled into Lenny's parking lot. It started to come back a little bit as I was in there but that was okay. And then it started again. Got a little heavier. But right now we're almost there and it's kind of okay. So
Team C says I was hoping that winter was losing its grip, but I guess we won't be that lucky.
no, I think we're gonna have another couple weeks. Looks like it's gonna be a little wet, a little cold the next week or so, but we're almost there. We're almost there. March is coming. You can't stop it. Look, oh yeah. That's the noise I wanted. I wanted that dry. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Okay. You know what I keep doing? I think I just turned the lights off. I did. Instead of the windshield wipers. I think that's what happened when I left Lenny's. All right. Should I call him? What do you think? Give him a minute. Oh, there's hardly anything coming down right now. This is perfect. Someone is watching over us. All right. 6:21. So I don't think they're open. I'm going to call. Or I'm going to call in 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, the door's open. Good morning. Look at that. I didn't even have to call. Gloves are still there, by the way. I think we should have a contest and see. Oh yeah, see they had powdered donuts right on top. That could have been a disaster. They're safe now. I bet those powdered donuts are probably stressing out. You know, the whole ride up, they could probably hear me talking. They could hear the rain. They're probably thinking, "Oh, we're gonna be ruined." But if you get too much water on a powdered donut, it just becomes icing. Okay, that's that. Put my phone in here so it doesn't lose the connection. Of course. Good morning. How are you? I'm good. All right, guys. Have a great day. That didn't close. All right, I will be back in 1 second, guys. All right, now you're all saying, why did you just show us those gloves? Did you see me? Here's the thing. We're gonna have a contest. I'm gonna put it out on I'm gonna post it today. And the game is, all right, you'll see where they are. I'm not gonna touch them again, ever. All right, let me back up a little bit so you can see them. All right, there they are.
PC says the gloves are still there.
They are. So here's the thing. See them both? There's the blue one that's like sitting there, and then the black one that's on top. Now, I'm never going to touch them again. But here's the game. And you can put it in the comments, or I'm going to post this so anybody who's not on the ride today can add their thought. But guess when they're going to be gone. All right, today is February the 20th, 2026.
She says someone stole the chair.
Well, I think they move the chair inside sometimes. I asked about that one time because I was like, why is the chair outside sometimes and inside? And I think that sometimes there's an employee in there that, like, if you walk into right in that side, that door is like the the back of the kitchen with the sink and all of that kind of stuff where they do the dishes and stuff. So I think somebody has like a friend that'll come over while they're working and sit there and talk with them while they're washing dishes. So I think that's what they use. I think that's why the chair is inside. And I guess it's outside because sometimes they just like to sit outside. But the challenge is to guess when the gloves will be gone. How long will they stay there? That's what we're guessing. Will they be there on March 1st?
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says locals may have an advantage in this contest if they're really motivated.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. I didn't think about that. There is a camera though. The What a Day people have. So I'd have to, maybe I could get them in on it. You know what I mean? Like when we do arrive one day and they're not there anymore, then I'll just ask for the last 24 hours of camera footage and see what happened. Anyway, I'm still going to do it because as motivated as you may be.
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says on her system, everyone.
There you
At
go.
Mukim C says the gloves will be gone by March 19th. I'm on vacation that week, and we'll drive down and take them.
If they're still there. Now see, it's you.
Samantha Goodness says hello, everyone.
Hey, good morning. How are you doing? Look, you're just in time for the game. We, behind that restaurant, What a Day, there's a pile of snow. Ooh, actually, that's well, I bet you even when the snow melts.
says hello, I can't Samantha Goodness.
I think even when the snow melts, the gloves are still going to sit there for a little while. So there have been some gloves sitting in the snow for days, maybe even a week or more. And the contest is to guess when the gloves will be gone. What day will the gloves be gone? We could even guess the keg. There are two empty keg containers, which don't look like keg containers to me, but that's what they are. But I think they're kind of like whenever that delivery guy comes, they'll probably pick up the used ones. But the gloves are a mystery.
Samantha Goodness says May 10th law. At
All right.
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says if we get snow on Sunday you may need to do some digging to see if they're still there.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I'll do it. We got to do what we got to do. All right, so put your guesses in the comments. And I'm also going to post something.
Q7L says hello Mookie and Kendra. Wait a minute Mookie, I live too far to get them. Team C says what if only one glove is stolen by a one-armed man?
Well, yeah. What do you think? Should we say that the contest is both have to be gone? I think so, right? They both have to be gone. And we could add a twist to it and say which one will go first. There's a blue one and a black one. I held them up. I'm going to screenshot that picture. The reason I held them up in front of the van was because I'm going to screenshot that as proof.
Ways Double Hazy says what if one is replaced by another glove?
Oh my goodness. Well, if one is replaced by another glove, then it's as if the glove is gone and the replacement doesn't count for anything. So now you're going to say, well, what if the replacement looks exactly like the
King C
one?
says, is one a left hand and the other a right hand glove?
I don't know. I don't know. What size are they? I don't know. I didn't try them on. I'm not going to try them on. They're wet. They're yucky. Who knows whose hand was in them? I don't know. I think one of them could have been Nancy. You know the Nancy situation, the gloves? That's when it started.
49223 says, yo bro.
Yo, what's up? Good morning. All right, but it's a thing. I want guesses, and then we're going to track them. We'll see who comes the closest to the day that they disappear. And now, do we want to do... All right, we need to get these rules straight right now. So the other thing to consider is if you guess, right, is your guess... You know, like the Price is Right, where if you guess over...
King C says, put air tags in the gloves.
They might already be in there. You never know. No, but if your guess is over, or is it just straight closest? So, like, let's say your guess is the 7th.
Jones 5862 says, morning Craig.
Good morning. Hey, Reed. How are you? Look, you're just in time for our game. Behind that restaurant are 2 gloves. They've been there for a couple weeks. I think they showed up shortly after Nancy disappeared in Arizona. I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but I remember that's when I started talking about them. So they've been there a long time. We're guessing when they're going to go away. But the one thing I want everybody's opinion on this. Do we say...
King C says, closest without going over.
Without going over?
At Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says, if your guess is earlier than when they are gone, then your guess is out.
Okay. All right. I think that's the same. Okay. So once we pass your date, you're out. Even if you guess, let's say you guess March 1st, and the next guess is March 15th, and they disappear on March the 3rd, we're going to say that March 15th was right. The winner? Am I saying that right? I just want to make sure. Because this is serious business. Right? So you guess the 1st. Somebody else, the next guess going out is the 15th. They disappear on the 3rd. Who wins? And I think we're saying the 15th wins. I think that's what we're saying.
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says, yes, I agree with that.
Okay. Everybody else? I think that's what we're saying. So once we pass your date, you're out. Okay.
King C says these rules matter. Please provide a link to the fine print.
I am. I'm going to post the whole
At
thing.
Reed Jones 5862 says, okay.
All right. I'll write that out. But if you want to post your...
Kingman-Q7L says, yes, that's right.
Okay. Everybody's in agreement. I like it. So I'll put a post out there to collect everybody's guesses. But you can put it in the comments now, too. Anything in the comments. Although I don't know. Do live streams have active comments? They might not. So maybe I'm going to look at comments, and I'm going to look at the post. I think the live stream stays. It comes back after it processes. I'll get them some way, but either one of those ways, comments or the post. Oh, my goodness. Watch, they'll be gone tomorrow. The game will be over. I don't think so, though. Because I get the feeling, I said something to the guy. I don't know if you might have been able to hear me. I think I did it on the day that the owner of What a Day was there. I forget which morning that was. It was probably a snowy morning. And I think I said something to him, and he said something like, it's probably one of the other. They're like, there's another establishment.
Cameron Ways Double Hazy says any reproduction or distribution of the content without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is prohibited.
This is serious stuff. That's right. We do have to have the appropriate disclaimers. All participants have to be over 21. Whoa, something just ran across the street. Did you see that? I saw an animal.
Team C says the Great Glove Game of 2026 will go down in history as something special. Does the winner get a banned cookie? At Mountainman-Q7L says I choose March 29th. Palm Sunday, lol.
Well, there you go.
At Team C says lol. At Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says I think a glove cookie would be appropriate.
A glove cookie. I wonder if we have cookies in the shape of a glove. Oh. Anyway, a few minutes back there, I saw an animal run across the road. And it was a big animal. It didn't look like a deer, though. It was pretty far up. I don't think you could see it. It just looked like a shadow to me, but something ran across the road. It was definitely faster than like a Bigfoot type thing, but it might have been a deer.
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says was it carrying a glove?
I don't think so. I don't think it could have made it here from the restaurant that quickly. Yeah, I think I have to stop and get gas. Did I have my lights off? I think I keep turning the lights off because I'm trying to turn the windshield wipers off. It's very confusing. The controls on this car or this van
Team C says was that your last delivery this morning?
That was my last delivery, yeah. Yeah, What a Day. What a Day is the last one. This is Westminster, by the way. This morning, as we were merging onto 795. Oh, see, I do that all the time. I am turning the wrong thing off. It's backwards to my car, and so every time I think I'm turning the windshield wipers off, I'm actually turning the lights off. I've done that a couple times this morning. It's so stupid. Anyway, this morning when we were merging onto 795, coming down to Lenny's, I mentioned that the traffic coming from the right a lot of it is coming from this town. So that's sort of the circle that we do. I don't know if that helps give anybody perspective, but maybe it does. So if we'd made a right-hand turn right there, you'd be heading down to that highway. All right, I'm going to turn the windshield wipers on. I have no idea how far I've driven. No, I would know if I was driving without my headlights. And look, there's a car sitting at the. This is weird. There's a car sitting at the light.
Cameron Toys Double Hazy says, where is this Westminster you speak of?
Yeah. I don't know. Some weird town out in the west. I saw a guy who did a video about a stretch of highway near Frederick, Maryland, where you can see old National Route 40, another Route 144 and 70, like all if you're in this, it's a weird spot. All right, I'm going to drop for a little bit. I'll be back. 6:45. I never know how much. I think I'm gone now, actually. I'd be surprised. I don't think you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? All right, where are we going to go? Let's do this one. I think we're back. You guys see me? Am I good? I think I'm good. Let me check here quick. I think I'm on. There we go. I'm on. There we go. Okay. So I tried something. I don't think it worked. But I took the Starlink off the top of the van and I walked out in the open, stood there for a second in the rain. But I think when you do that, you have to, the way the YouTube app works is it'll come back and say, do you want to reconnect or do you want to end the stream? And I wasn't in the van to press the reconnect button, so I don't think it worked. But anyway, I tried. We are all gassed up now and ready to roll. What I could do is just get it out of the van and then sort of like fling the Starlink across the parking lot there, sort of like a frisbee, and then hit the button. See if that works. Oh, by the way, for anybody who was here for my, I was explaining how one time I hydroplaned in the van a
Wiggle
little
says
bit.
hi at Mukim how are you today? At Mukim says doing well. At Joviggle. I am off work today so I will be going to the tool store to buy a few things in a few hours. How are you? At Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says yes, we're back.
We're
But we
back.
could also still hear you when you said you thought we were gone.
Oh, really? Huh. That's weird. So you couldn't see me, but you could hear me. That's weird. That's weird. Or you mean before I went into darkness? Anyway, this is the section of road where I hydroplaned one time.
At Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says we could see too.
Really? Like when I was standing in the parking lot with the Starlink in my hand? Could you see that? Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says yes. Before the dark times.
Before the dark times. The dark ages. Interesting.
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says no, we could not see you in the lot.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're talking about beforehand. I follow you. Ooh. I think there was a really big pothole back there. How's your new car running?
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says the new car is great.
That's good. And it's a hybrid, right? So, like, do you know what your gas mileages look like since you've had it? Like, are you getting crazy good gas mileage?
Alasmith 9820 says good morning everyone, it's Angela and I'm getting ready to go to work, so I will talk to you later tonight on John's channel. Going on a tour tonight with Susan, just to let you know, Craig.
Okay.
At Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says right now it's been 35 plus since the last refill. At Mukim C says what kind of car did you get?
All right, Angela. Well, thanks for stopping in, Angela. Appreciate the update. It's Friday, so sounds good.
Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says Honda CR versus hybrid.
That's good. least we've lost most of the snow. It's nice to ride through here without all the white fields. It's raining pretty heavy again.
Team C says, are those fields for livestock or for growing crops?
This is crops, mostly crops here. Livestock is on the next road that when we turn off this road. So we're on this road for a very short period, then we make a left. And when we make the left, we're riding through fields that are more livestock, like cows.
Says, hi, Angela, if you're still here.
Angela's got the whole chat schedule coordinated. You gotta like that. She keeps everybody updated. I didn't know Susan in Australia was doing a thing tonight. I watched. Susan had a trip she went on recently to get some kind of batteries for her solar system, and that was pretty interesting. But it really freaks me out to watch somebody that's driving on the left side of the road. It just feels weird. Even watching it feels weird. I guess they feel the same way watching us.
Samantha Goodness says, do you know what time Susan's thing is? I want to be there but also have a premiere tonight.
Oh, do you have one too? She didn't mention your premiere. Uh-oh. Angela's slipping. No, she didn't say what time. I wasn't aware. Maybe she meant you, because I know that Susan, Australian Susan, but I know she has like a video she's planning to get out. Like she's been trying, she mentioned some video that she's putting out. I thought she was doing that on Friday or Saturday. You know, it's hard sometimes when she says a day, she really means either a day before or a day after for us because of the time difference. But I thought she was talking about a video, not a live stream.
Samantha Goodness says, I guess we'll find out, haha.
Yeah. I bet she meant you. I'm thinking.
Jones 5862 says, hi Kendra, smiley face.
See, this is the cow area. Passing some cows. Cows on. Well, they're not out right now. They would be in that field to the left. All right, now we're going to buffer for a minute or two.